cursor in my head, time to write my scripture. Tearing through my heart, need to paint a picture. Praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break, or the clock runs out. Cause we don't hide, we don't cry, we don't die out. I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness comes, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us. Bury me alive with the beast and demons. Gotta walk through fire to know what you believe in. Rise up from the smoke and the ashes now. Yeah, cause we don't hide, we don't cry, we don't die out. I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness comes, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us, victorious. Us. Victorious, victorious. Victorious, victorious. I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness comes, I'm not gonna lose it all. I just wanna be victorious. Us, victorious. Us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is finally over. Welcome to the Season 3 finale of the Supporting Heroes Cup Series, and tonight, it's the night. One final race, 4 drivers enter, only one gets to leave this place as a champion. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Supporting Heroes Cup Series Championship race at Homestead, Miami Speedway. 150 laps around this mile-and-a-half oval. Track temp around the 80s, as I believe this race will be at either sunset or nighttime. I believe it is at nighttime. Event rules for today: 4 tire sets for these drivers. Overtime limit 3 as usual. 1 fast repair, 65% fuel limit. Stage 1 will consist of 30 laps, ending at lap 30. Stage 2 will consist of 60 laps, ending at lap 90. And the final stage will also be 60 laps all the way to the checkered flag at lap 150. And points here, they do not matter. The first one out of the championship 4 to cross that finish line first is the one that gets crowned the champion. There are your final four here at Homestead, Miami. Caleb Desai in the number 30, Damon Gilbert in the 86, Hunter Winkler in the 62, and Zachary Evans in the 0 are your four competing for the title here tonight. Again, points do not matter. It is just the first one to cross the finish line. With that being said, let's go ahead and get some pre-race interviews going on here into this championship forum. We'll start with the man that was your championship leader entering Homestead, and that will be Mr. Caleb Desai. Let's get on up. There we go, Caleb. Can you hear us?
How's it going, Mr. Dwayne?
Very, very good. Caleb, you were the championship leader going into this race. Obviously, now points are out of the equation for this championship race, but as you enter this race, 3 wins this season as you hunt down your 4th alongside 8 top 5s and 14 top 10s. You have had a remarkable season so far, and based on previous performances here and from the word of the people, Homestead seems to be one of the best tracks that you perform at. Tell me, Caleb, how does it feel to be the number 1 driver to beat tonight, especially here in such an important race?
It puts a lot of immense pressure, especially on myself, but that's what champions are made of.
And now let's talk strategy here. You're coming off a race win in what was a great showcase in Kansas. What's going to be the key here, the key strategy, and essentially what's the game plan here at this track to keep that momentum going regarding the most optimal line and pit strategy that you think you will have to execute tonight to secure this title?
It really just depends on the amount of cautions we have. If some way, somehow the first stage goes really short for whatever reason, just because of I might save a set just for the final stage for a late race caution for just come out, and I will be in front of the whole strategy when the time comes.
Alrighty, Caleb. Well, you certainly once again do seem to be the most favorable driver that people have chosen to win this race and to walk away with this title, but very excited to see what you do on track today. Good luck in this championship race.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for having me.
You're very, very welcome. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get over here, Mr. Damon Gilbert. Damon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Damon, you were a P2 in the standings, I believe, as you enter this race. You have shown absolute grit and insane performances this season so far. 2 wins to your name, 8 top 5s, 10 top 10s. And we have seen you work really well together with your teammates, especially George Bark, week after week, and you always find a way to get back up in the fight at the front. Tell me, Damon, what are you feeling right now at this given moment on what could be the most important race of your life? Are you focused? Are you anxious? What's going through your mind right now?
Yeah, I feel good. I did a couple practice laps there beforehand. So I think I feel all right. I never practiced qualifying trim, so I don't know where that's going to end up, but I think my race trim's a little bit better than my Q trim today.
And as we stated, teamwork has been one of your biggest key factors this season, of course, alongside your own individual strategy, of course. How do you think your teammates can impact this race and try to help you out to give you the best possible chances?
I think we're just going to let the race play out. If I get beat, I get beat.
Alrighty. Once again, second in the standings entering this race. You have a very, very tough challenge ahead of you, but you have shown your grit this season, and we cannot wait to see what you put out on the track for us here tonight. Good luck on this championship race.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and bring up Hunter Winkler up here and give his thoughts on the matter. Hunter, can you hear us?
Sir.
Hunter, now if I'm not mistaken, I believe you were one of the first drivers to be part of Dragonfly Racing, and now we have 2 entries here in the Final Four, so that has to be amazing for the team. You've also had a very decent season so far, 1 win to your name, 7 top 5s, 9 top 10s. How do you feel about your chances of snatching this title away and hopefully be crowned the champion here at Homestead?
I'm not sure, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. I'm ready to have some fun. Either way, it'll be a good a good race for everyone watching, that's for sure. Don't know how it's gonna go for myself, but I'm confident that I can make it work and hopefully go to bed tonight the DSA champion. That'd be nice.
Now, I know throughout the last couple of weeks you've had your ups and downs. I know there's been a ton of incidents where you have sadly been collected and you really couldn't do anything in that position. I know it's very challenging, but is there any strategy or game plan involved here tonight for you to try and mitigate that as much as possible so you can have a clean run at the front?
Yeah, I guess kind of sometimes you struggle in qualifying a little bit, so the better I qualify, the farther I am away from the drama. So hopefully you can qualify good, and if you run with the bad, you get the bad. If you run with the good, you get the good, and that's just how it is. So we'll see. Hopefully it goes good.
Alrighty, Hunter. Thank you for your time up here into the pre-race show. It's gonna be one hell of a race. We cannot wait to see what you put out there on the racetrack, and best of luck, of course, in this championship race here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty then, let's go ahead and grab our last driver, and that will be Mr. Zachary Evans. Let's bring it on up. Zach, can you hear us?
I got you.
Alrighty, Zach. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that you are the biggest underdog here tonight as you grabbed the last open spot here in this Final Four. Obviously, tons of factors played a major role for your appearance. Obviously, we got Kylan Wilson having the suspension, Cole Christopher DNF at Kansas last week, and the very unfortunate conditions that sadly Travis Daly couldn't be here. But nonetheless, a miracle late season run for you here. How do you plan to try and execute this at the best of your ability and walk away out of here with a underdog championship?
I mean, I could definitely say I do feel like the biggest underdog here. Some would say Cinderella story. Yeah, I mean, we ran, the four of us ran a practice earlier, and I feel like on a longer run, I feel like I'm pretty decent on a long run. I can kind of save my stuff a little bit, but I just got to stay out of my own head and, run the car and just focus for, I don't know how many laps it is, like 115, 90, whatever, however many laps it is. But, yeah.
And Zach, I know you and your team have played a big role for you being in the seat that you are right now. I'm sure Travis Daly is somewhere smiling, looking at you in your current position. What would a Zachary Evans championship tonight mean for the TDR team, and what do you have to say to Travis Daly for the opportunity of giving you this seat?
I mean, it would mean everything, to bring a championship to those guys, considering Travis brought me onto this team in just my very first race. I didn't have any races for him to base off on me, and he took me on as his only teammate in this league. And I mean, Bristol, I spun out myself. It was my first time touching a next gen in like 2 years, and I finished 5th. And then we added Cole Christopher, Dustin Castile, Ricky Howe. All these guys have meant so much for us, and we love them so much. And then as for Travis, I mean, it sucks what he's going through. I really wish, he should definitely be the one speaking to you right now, not me. But all in all, I'm going to try to get it done. If I don't, then I don't. I'm very happy to come this far.
We'll see if the Cinderella story reaches its full motion, but nonetheless, good luck on tonight's championship race, Zach, and hoping to see a miracle in Miami here tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Alrighty, and that would be all of your championship for drivers. Guys, it's almost time to light up the fuse. Comment down below which one of the championship for drivers do you think is gonna walk out of here as the Season 3 Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion. Caleb Desai, Zachary Evans, Hunter Winkler, or Damon Gilbert. It's gonna be a fun race here tonight as we wait for qualifying to start. Alrighty. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is qualifying time. It all comes down to this final moment. Outlaps coming to an end. Qualifying is underway here at Homestead. Running on board with the zero of Zachary Evans. Caleb DSA, the one with the purple sector through 1 and 2. DSA through 3 and 4. He's going to be the one to get to the line first. And he will beat Evans. DSA 32.83, Evans 32.94. Cole Christopher goes third. It's Kevin Page fourth. Hunter Winkler now with the purple sector. And he gets it. Provisionary pull for Hunter Winkler. It's a 32.8 flat. But all, so far, all Championship 4 drivers wrapped under a blanket at the top. As we wait for Damon Gilbert to put on the lap time, Mason Wilson goes up to 4th. Hunter Winkler. Second lap time cannot improve 0.05 of a second short. DSA also cannot improve. Neither can Evans. So Hunter Winkler is the one currently at the top. Here's Damon Gilbert. He is the only one that can take the pull away. No purple sector, but Gilbert, first lap time. He still gets it. Pole position at 32.71 for Damon Gilbert. What a tremendous lap time, but here comes George Bark. All Championship 4 drivers at the top. Can George Bark break it? Yes, he will. George Bark to pole position. It's a 32.66. Takes pole away from his teammate. Here's Juan Cobb Jr. And I believe the lap will be invalidated. I believe he hit the wall. Cops had a purple sector. But George Bark will take the pole from the Championship 4 drivers. But all 4 of them are right there tightly together. Cops cannot get a lap time in just yet. And only about 20 seconds left in qualifying. Here's Ricky Howell Jr., your Heroes United Truck Series champion, where he picked up the title at this exact same place 2 days ago. A decent lap time for him. He'll be just short of the top 5. And Ricky Howell will go into P6 as qualifying comes to an end. And now, the moment waits as these drivers will get ready to kick it off. Bundle up, guys. It is gonna be a great, great race. Here we go. Let's run over the starting grid as we get ready to kick things off. On pole, it is George Bark alongside Damon Gilbert, who will be the highest up Championship 4 driver. Row 2, it's Hunter Winkler and Caleb Desai. Row 3, it's Zachary Evans and Ricky Howell Jr. Row 4, it's going to be Mason Wilson and Cole Christopher. Row 5, it's Kevin Page and Dustin Castile. Row 6, it's going to be Hendrix Bromberg and Davin Thornhill. Row 7, it's going to be Presley Bromberg and Xavier Beauregard. Row 8, it's going to be David Duran Jr. and Juan Copps Jr. And row 9, rounding off the grid here at Homestead for the championship race, it's Tim Pugel and Scotty Lanning rounding off the grid. As we just await for the green light, and here we go. Well, here we go. It all came down to this moment. 4 drivers, 1 final race. Only one gets to walk out and be crowned a champion. Here we go. Green flag flies and we're underway. Already trouble in the back. And caution comes out. Caution on lap 1. That's going to be Dustin Castile, who goes for a spin in the back. And the first caution will come out on lap 1. So not the way anyone really wanted to start off this race. So here's the replay of the incident. See what exactly happened here. So this is Dustin Castile in the 16, makes contact with, I believe, that is the 81 of Davin Thornhill. And yeah, Castile just goes around for a spin, tried to save it, but fortunately won't be able to get that car straight, and he will go for a spin in the backstretch, and that will be the first caution of the night here already in just lap number 1. So all these Championship 4 drivers have to shake off those nerves. As we're going to try it again, George Bark will lead us back under green, and this time he will be in control of the start. but you can feel the excitement in the air. So this time, next time by it's gonna be 1 to green. So teammates still gonna be bundled up together here at the front row with Bark on the inside, Gilbert on the outside. So we are gonna try it again and see how this one goes. Get your comments down below. Who's gonna be the one to win this race? See a lot of Zachary Evans fans here rooting for the underdog. See if he can complete a miracle. And what a night it would be for not only Zachary Evans but for Travis Daly Racing as a whole. But here we go. Rolling into the race wrap guy restart zone, and we are back under green here at Homestead. Great start for both lanes. There's already a lot of scuffing there in the back. Side by side with Winkler. Bark lets Gilbert through. And Damon Gilbert will be your new race leader. He's also going to go ahead and set the fastest lap time of the race with 34.25 as Winkler and DSA are fighting for third, but George Bark is right there in between them and Gilbert for the lead. DSA will get past Winkler as Ricky Howell Jr. will separate Winkler and Evans here for fifth. And everyone pretty much already going single file as here comes Hunter Winkler. He wants that spot back. Ricky Howell Jr. working on the outside. DSA now aiming for Bark side by side through turns 3 and 4. And DSA will get it. And now he has to hunt down Gilbert for the lead. Winkler also desperate to make some moves here. As Hunter Winkler will get past George Bark, although Bark's going to try and go at him at the bottom. Won't go, a little bit of a bump, but it will be pretty harmless as Hunter Winkler will stay in third, and now the top three are all championship contenders. Evans running that high lane as opposed to those in front of him who are mostly all at the bottom. Ricky Howell Jr. also here as well for TDR. Once again, he was your Heroes United Truck Series champion. Where he got crowned the champion right here at Homestead 2 days ago. In what was a dominant truck season for him. Can he try and help Evans here and TDR as a whole to get him to the front? Here we go, Caleb Desai. Gonna try and go at him. Desai and Gilbert side by side coming out of turn 4. Gilbert stays ahead, but here comes Winkler also trying to get into the action. And Winkler's gonna go down the bottom. At Desai, can he get the move done? Won't be clear just yet. Almost contact between them as Winkler was going up the track as Ricky Howell Jr. George Bark will be side by side there at the back in a battle for 4th. Still side by side. Howell gets past Bark, but Bark will pull a switcheroo move. And he will get 4th back. And remember, guys, even the stage points here do not matter. Points as a whole, even stages, do not matter. It's just whichever one of those championship 4 to cross the finish line where the checkered flag is waving first will be crowned a Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion. Winkler still trying to get past the side. And Zachary Evans earlier looked like he was getting bundled up there with Howell, potentially aiming for a decent run. As Cole Christopher is not going to be there with Evans to try and help out. Christopher, unfortunately, got eliminated in the cutoff race last week at Kansas with a very unfortunate DNF. Now TDR are going to occupy P5, 6, and 7. David Duran Jr. there in P8 as well. This side constantly alternating between lanes. See what works best for him. I believe it's both Caleb Desai and George Bark, but yeah, them two always go for that run, just running the high lane just for them to get a great exit velo on the turns. But sometimes the run just isn't enough. $14 to go on stage 1. Caleb Desai getting closer and closer to Damon Gilbert here. Gap is just 0.3 of a second. No Kyle Hunter Winkler out yet, though. He's still in it. big shakeup there in the back. It's Hendricks Bromberg, I believe. Who ricocheted off the wall a couple times. Well, Christopher side by side with Evans. And Christopher looks like he will get the spot here, still side by side with his teammate. You know, Evans will remain ahead as we go to 10 laps to go here in stage 1. DSA getting closer and closer to Gilbert for the lead. They're going to be side by side on turn 2. Gilbert on the outside, DSA on the inside, side by side on turn 4. And Caleb just doesn't have enough of a run to make that pass. Field starting to spread quite evenly there in the back as DSA gonna this time try it once again. This one seems to be the most promising one, and he will take it. With 8 laps to go on stage 1, Caleb DSA past Damon Gilbert on the inside. He is your new race leader, but Damon is gonna fight it back. Side by side out of turn 2. DSA will remain ahead. The one that seemed to be the most favored to win this championship, now at the front. As Evans is slowly falling on positions here, is going to be side by side with Durand. Looks like David Durand Jr. will get past Evans. Durand will go to 6. Evans will fall back to 7. Cole Christopher still behind him, though. And in the driver meeting, drivers were told to be extra careful around these championship for drivers. As there's a big hit once again there in the back, and that was Hendricks Bromberg once again, making a ton of contact with that outside wall on the exit of turn 2. But Bromberg this time will get past Evans, and Evans will just continue dropping positions here. Almost contact between them two. Evans goes for a big slide, and he's around and into the inside wall. Big loose moment out of turn 2 for Zachary Evans, and that will bring out the second caution of the night. And of course, that is a Final 4 driver involved. That is not what you want to see. And that will most likely end stage 1 early. So we'll go into a replay in just a second here. And yeah, that will end stage 1 early as everyone goes down pit road. And this is going to be a massive race down pit road here. Here we go. Everyone pretty decently into their stalls. Everyone basically taking 4 tires. Damon Gilbert will beat Caleb Desai to the punch. And Damon Gilbert will win the race off pit road here before we kick off stage 2. So here is the caution. Here was the incident involving Zachary Evans. He just gets very loose on the exit of turn 2 there. I believe some contact with Hendricks Bromberg as well that will make it worse. So there's the 0 of Evans, the 18 of Hendricks Bromberg. And no, he just gets loose on his own. Hendricks has very little time to react, and it's actually going to be Cole Christopher who bumps into Bromberg, and therefore Bromberg will bump into Evans. So a domino effect that will cause him to go straight into that barrier. And that will end stage 1 early. Caleb Desai will be your stage 1 winner. Here at Homestead in the championship race. And we are 1 to green right now. We're going to kick things back off here. Ready for stage 2. Damon Gilbert will lead us back to green. Desai alongside of him. Hunter Winkler 3rd. Zachary Evans all the way down in 8th after the incident. So he's going to have to continue making up that ground. So here we go. Rolling into the race. Wrap guy restart zone. And we are back under green. Gilbert quickly moved to go up high. Here comes Hunter Winkler side by side with Desai for 2nd. Already a big battle on that restart. Looked like almost 3 wide there in the back. Desai and Winkler still side by side for 2nd. And this stage, a much more bigger one, 30 laps more than stage 1, so double. So this top 3 is pretty much staying the same with those top championship contending drivers in the form of Gilbert, Desai, and Winkler. Meanwhile, it's a whole race up here for just shy of the top 5. It's going to be David Duran Jr., P4, George Clark 5th, Jordan Hill, Crawford, Evans, and Ricky Howell Jr. all in that little box fighting for spots. Here comes Davin Thornhill side by side with Bark. Will not be able to get there. Evans looking to the bottom of Bromberg. Can he get past to start building up a momentum to go up to those other folks that he's competing for a championship against? Alrighty, everyone pretty much single file here. Evans gets past Ricky Howell Jr. still ahead. Let's go ahead and place out here some crank it up action as we reach lap 7 of stage 2. And a caution comes out. So as we were getting ready to get back on our way after crank it up action here, caution will come out. And what has happened here? So let's try and take a look here, see what happened. Will we see takers first of all? Gilbert still remaining solidly in the lead here. Great runs by him. DSA and Winkler, P2 and 3. Evans in 7th. Will we see any takers go down pit road here? And we do see takers, and it's a big one. Hunter Winkler goes down pit road. George Bark follows, followed by Ricky Howell, Mason Wilson, and some others. Castile, Presley Bromberg, and Juan Copps Jr. Hunter Winkler is going to be the only one out of the final 4 to go down pit road. And it looks like it's just going to be a splash and go. Yep, just a splash and go for Hunter Winkler here. As that will move everyone up 1 spot. Evans will move up 2 due to George Bark, so Evans now in the top 5. And we just got word. Here's the replay of what happened, and it is going to be the 13 of Juan Copps Jr., who goes for a spin and the backstretch. It seemed like it did start on the exit of turn 2. But yeah, just a fortunate self-spin there, and that will bring out the 3rd incident caution of the night. And I believe the 4th in total. No, yes, correct. It will be the 3rd. But here we go. DSA and Gilbert. It's been a cat and mouse game so far. Gilbert still in the hot seat. Winkler will rejoin the pack, P11. But now he will have the most amount of fuel out of the other 3. Here we go. Going green this time by for our 3rd restart of the night. It's going to be Thornhill and David Duran Jr. behind him, followed by Zachary Evans and Bromberg. So this could be the opportunity that Evans needed to roll into the race wrap guy restart zone, and we are back under green here at Homestead. And once again, another beautiful start by Damon Gilbert. Here comes David Duran Jr. trying to pull a fast one on the side. 3 wide there in the back for just a moment. The side will stay ahead of Duran Jr. Thornhill has been quietly moving up, going to be now 4th. As here comes Hunter Winkler already. In just 1 lap. Went from 11th to 7th, 4 spots gained. And he's just easily making his way back up the field here. Winkler and Evans, side by side. Still side by side. Battle for 6th. Well, Christopher there to help Evans if he can do anything. Evans looked like he tried to block. Couldn't get there in time. Hunter Winkler on the inside will get through. 5 spots gained for Winkler since the restart. And now here we go on his attempt on Hendricks Bromberg. And he will get by. 6 spots gained for Winkler on an absolute run. Evans now trying to get past Bromberg as well. But my goodness. DSA and Gilbert side by side for the lead. Could be another game changer. He got past Gilbert once. Can he do it again? He's going to have to wait for the next time by. Damon's just been running his own race. Gilbert on the side, constantly here at the top. Winkler making his way back through. Zachary Evans just has been struggling to find his pace here. Has not been able to pass these cars, it seems. DSA will now fall a couple tenths of a second back to Gilbert here. And as for Hunter Winkler, David Durant Jr. is the only one separating him from the other two. Devin Thornhill's still there though, quietly resting inside that top 5. Came really out of nowhere, but he's been doing decent so far. Bromberg and Evans side by side. These two have been going back and forth the entire race so far. Evans will get fully clear of that 18. Cole Christopher gonna go down pit road here. Looks like Evans is just mainly cruising. Not giving it his all just yet. The gap was so close, and now it's back to 5 tenths, make that 6 tenths of a second between Gilbert and DSA. Meanwhile, around the same gap for Durand and Winkler. And as we are approaching lap 30 here, which will be, or lap 30 in the stage here, which is going to be the halfway point of stage 2. We might see some green flag cycles here come into play. Pretty much evenly spread out here, so we won't have particularly a ton of action within the next couple of laps. But boy, it is all gonna come down to that final stage. Final stage is where we're gonna have our eyes pointed towards. Out of turn 4 officially. 30 laps to go on stage number 2. So here we go. Green flag cycles starting to come through. Damon Gilbert went first, then Caleb Desai. And Hunter Winkler, who due to the pit stop earlier, now has the most amount of fuel. He will start leading this race. Davin Thornhill is second. Unreal. Zachary Evans will also go down pit road. But here come the green flag cycles going through, which are going to play a big part here, especially when we go into the final stage in 19 laps time. Here's Winkler and Desai side by side. Desai will stay ahead, prevents himself from being a lap down. And hole 3, a championship, 4 drivers. They're wrapped together. Hendrik Spromberger will go down pit road. Devin Thornhill going down pit road. Yeah, Winkler has a little bit more, so he's going to be able to get some run here, but oh, and a caution comes out. Caution is out once again. It's Juan Cops Jr. again. And this caution is going to shake up the field. So it's going to be Juan Cops Jr. in a caution once again. He will bring the 4th one of the night out. And he will go down pit road. So we'll see how this caution shakes things up. So let's take a look here at the replay. This was Juan Cops Jr. again. This was the 2nd time that he's been involved in an incident. And the 4th one of the night. And it seems to be an exact replica of his first one. He just loses it coming out of turn 2 and just goes for a spin. Tried to save it, but can't get the car straight. He's just going to be in the middle of a track, so that, of course, will award a caution here. So here we go. Zachary Evans going to get the Lucky Dog free pass here. So he's going to go back to the lead lap. Presley Bromberg going down pit road. 9 cars on the lead lap as of right now. All 4 of your championship contenders in that top 9. Here we go. Hunter Winkler gonna lead us back under green, rolling into the race wrap guy restart zone. And we are back under green. Look, George Borg got a little squiggly there on the restart. That outside won't get going as well as the inside. And so Winkler will get an absolute launch here. Contact between Bark and Ricky Howell Jr. 3 wide as Caleb Desai is rushing to make his way back to the front. Gilbert and Howell now side by side. Desai wants to get into the action as well. Desai, Gilbert side by side. Damon goes to the inside to block it. 3 wide. Desai, what a run in the middle. Contact between him and Howell though. Oh, and a car spinning in the back. I believe that's Presley Bromberg that goes for a spin in the back. We stay green, though. Ricky Howell lost a ton of spots there. Desai and Gilbert will make their way through. And here comes Desai. Hell of a run on the outside. Gets past George Bark. And now Hunter Winkler's his next target. Here comes Damon Gilbert. 3 wide between himself, Bark, and Mason Wilson. Mason Wilson has been a little bit quiet this race. But Caleb Desai will swift through Hunter Winkler and take the race lead. Mason Wilson now getting a run on the outside. David Durant Jr. wants some play. Absolutely everyone just fighting for spots right here. Hunter Winkler lost 2 spots, about to lose a third. Here comes David Durant Jr. Damon Gilbert now to his rear. As Caleb Desai went on an absolute shopping spree for positions. And Damon Gilbert will now get past Winkler. These final 4 drivers are not here to play around. Winkler gets through, contact between teammates. Hendricks Bromberg sweeps by. Almost 4 wide. Thornhill and Bromberg, though, a lap down. 3 wide there once again in the back. Everyone just scrambling for positions. Little room for error. Three-way there once again. Here comes Zachary Evans trying to rack up some spots. He will get past Hunter Winkler. And that will be his first Final Four driver that he's going to be able to pass here. Side by side with Ricky Howell. And Evans will get through. Zach now starting to get into a rhythm. He's inside the top 5 in 4th. Mason Wilson 2nd. And almost 3 points there at the back as well. Five laps to go in stage 2. As Connor Winkler is going to start losing spots drastically. Went from the race lead all the way down to P8 now. Meanwhile, an unexpected performance here by Mason Wilson, who's going to separate Desai and Gilbert at the front. Zachary Evans now working on Gilbert. Evans is going to go for it. Side by side. Can he get the move to stick? He will. Zachary Evans in a podium spot. Mason Wilson getting past Caleb Desai here. Final lap of stage 2. Zachary Evans starting to feel that adrenaline rushing through. He was the last one out of the final 4. And now he is P3 inside the podium with Caleb Desai, the only one in front of him. But look at this run. An absolute great run by Mason Wilson, who will win stage 2 here at Homestead. It is Caleb Desai P2, Zachary Evans P3. But wow, quietly made his way all the way to the front, all the way to a stage win for the 04 of Mason Wilson. Here we go. Have a couple of takers here On pit road, Mason Wilson, Caleb Desai, Zachary Evans, Damon Gilbert, Ricky Howell Jr. It's a race off pit road here. Caleb Desai will win the race off pit road. Zachary Evans will follow. Mason Wilson, the next one after that, he's going to lose 2 spots there. Damon Gilbert 5th, Ricky Howell 6th. So absolutely all Final 4 will go down pit road. As we're going to see some wave rounds come into play now here as well. Xavier Beauregard, Presley Bromberg, Dustin Castile, Davin Thornhill. We'll get the wave rounds here, which that will make Caleb Desai your driver here, who will kick us off under green. Actually, I believe Dustin Castile is on the lead lap. Yeah, so Dustin Castile is on the lead lap here. I'm sure what Presley Bromberg is doing up there at the front. I believe he has to go all the way to the back of the field. But yeah, it will be Dustin Castile who will lead us back under green. He did not go down pit road there in the stage break. Here we go. The final 60 laps of season 3. It's Desai and Evans P2 and 3, Gilbert in 5th, Winkler is in P15. He's gonna have to make up some ground, but here we go. Green flag waves, and the final stage kicks it off here at Homestead. Desai immediately side by side for Castile for the lead. Here comes Damon Gilbert and Zachary Evans fighting for second. Oh, trouble in the back. Kevin Page involved, Davin Thornhill involved. And that will bring out the caution. On lap 1 of the final stage, Kevin Page and Davin Thornhill will get into it. This is going to allow Hunter Winkler to potentially make up some ground here, but he will go a lap down. Actually, Winkler will be 2 laps down here. Very, very unfortunate for him. He was leading the race at one point. And now he will be all the way at the bottom of the final 4. So here is the replay. So this is a 3 wide here between Bromberg, Page, and Thornhill. And looks like Kevin Page just isn't aware that they're 3 wide, goes to the bottom and gets hooked with a Davin Thornhill. And that is what's going to cause the caution. Very, very fortunate circumstances, but just clinical error there by 87 to Kevin Page. And we did just receive some news there in the live chat as well. Cole Christopher is out due to a local weather. So about having the same issues that I had, which is why I wasn't able to broadcast the Talladega. But very, very unfortunate for Cole Christopher. He will end the season 3 with a DNF, but Obviously, nothing he could do. Can't control the weather. So Presley Bromberg is going to grab the Lucky Dog free pass here. It's Caleb Desai, Damon Gilbert, and Zachary Evans, your top three, all in contention, all wrapped under a blanket. Mason Wilson fourth, Ricky Howell Jr. will complete the top five. So we're going to be going 1 to green at this time by. And Caleb Desai is going to choose the outside here. Going to let Gilbert take the inside. Now this is nothing new. We've seen Caleb Desai choose the outside many times when he's the race leader. So we'll see how it pays off here tonight. Here we go. We're going to be rolling into the race wrap guy restart zone. Here we go. Green flag is back underway. Desai looks to have the better start. Gilbert immediately goes up into the high lane. Side by side for the lead. Oh, we're in trouble! And that's the big one. George Bark involved in it. Multiple other drivers as well. Dustin Castile has some damage. Presley Bromberg looked like also had some damage there as well. And that will be a multi-car crash, which will bring out the 7th caution of the night. And George Bark involved in it. You don't see that quite often. I don't see a ton of damage on that 74. Should be good to go, but there was definitely some damage on that 16 of Dustin Castile. Here's the replay. So everyone just gets squeezed there. Mason Wilson, Zachary Evans. Evans just taps George Bark slightly. Ricky Howell barely avoids it. Hendricks Bromberg just takes it straight on. Nothing else he could do there. Everyone just scrambling to avoid the incident. Castile just loses it by himself. I believe he tapped the brakes too much there into the backstretch. Just lost it by himself. But yeah, seems to be a wild ride here for everyone. There's the onboard and a driver view from George Bark there in the incident. Alrighty, there we go. We're back, guys. Had some small technical issues, but we're back. Hopefully. Alright, hopefully Hopefully, internet issues and technical issues have been resolved. It is unfortunately something that's not in my control, but we'll keep it going. And we'll just see how it goes, but Caleb Desai still in the lead of this race. Damon Gilbert P2. It is a 1 second, a second and a half of a gap between Desai in first and Gilbert in second. Caleb Desai putting in the work, extending that gap. And that is going to be his best chances at making this work. Zachary Evans in P3 still. It's Ricky Howell Jr., David Duran Jr., Mason Wilson, and Davin Thornhill, Hendricks Bromberg, Xavier Borgard, Kevin Page rounding off the top 10. Hunter Winkler still 2 laps down. And that is very, very unfortunate to see for a Final Four driver. George Bark, who is 1 lap down, will position himself between Gilbert and Evans. And Bark will get past his own teammate in Damon Gilbert. Zachary Evans and Ricky Howell Jr. here. The goal right now is to catch that number 30 of Caleb Desai. As we are nearing 30 laps to go here at Homestead in the championship race of the Sporting Heroes Cup Series. Now a 2-second gap between Gilbert and Desai. Can Evans find a way to make this work? Damon Gilbert going down pit road. So we're near the green flag cycles here in the final stage. Damon Gilbert will be the first of the final 4 to bite. He's gonna go down on lap 120. Evans and Desai stay out. Officially 30 laps to go here at Homestead. Hunter Winkler still in 15th. Mason Wilson will go down pit road. And Evans will be ahead of Gilbert as Damon Gilbert comes out. The closest one to Caleb Desai right now is George Bark, who's a lap down. Who can stop the 30, who is currently on a roll? 2-second gap has been the biggest gap between the leader and Q2. Now, due to the green flag cycles and Zachary Evans back there, the gap is roughly 3 seconds. Here comes George Bark side by side. Ricky Howell Jr. coming in. And Bark looks like he will get past Caleb Desai, and he will. Xavier Beauregard also went down pit road that time by alongside Ricky Howell. Desai still doing a great job at running that high lane. Neither himself or Evans still go down. 25 laps to go here at Homestead. If you are in the shoes of Damon Gilbert, it's Zachary Evans right now. What could you possibly do to get that race lead? Damon Gilbert, even though a lap down, he still has to await the cycles of both Evans and Desai. Gilbert was faster that lap time by a landslide. Zachary Evans goes down. And now it's just Caleb Desai. Gilbert gets past Desai. And Damon Gilbert, who has completed his pit stop, and Desai, who is still not got down, Gilbert will unlap himself. Desai needs to make a choice. Yeah, and I think he realized it, yeah. He will go down pit road now. He realized that he had to go now. Otherwise, there's going to be no other way. With Damon Gilbert unlapping himself. Devin Thornhill will be your provisional new race leader. Damon Gilbert ahead of Zachary Evans. And Caleb Desai coming out now. Damon Gilbert will beat him to the punch. Can Zachary Evans do the same? No, Desai will stay ahead of Evans. But now he has to hunt down Gilbert now. 20 laps to go. Could that have been the game, the race winning strategy by Damon Gilbert? Desai has to go on a monster run now. Presley Bromberg separates Gilbert and Desai. But Gilbert also has George Bark in front of him that could be a potential aid. Desai gets past Presley Bromberg, and now he knows who he has to hunt down. Gap between them is a second and a half. Gap is decreasing. Caleb Desai is going for the hunt. He is right there tracking him down. He can smell him. From a second and a half gap to just 0.6 of a second. It's gonna come down between these two, not accounting for any caution that could happen. Here we go. Gap is no longer existent. "15 laps to go. This could be the race deciding move. Desai to the inside of Damon Gilbert. And he will get it. No contest. Caleb Desai gets past Gilbert. With 14 to go. Now the question is, can Damon Gilbert fight it back now? Desai sandwiched between two Dragonfly Racing entries. What does Gilbert have in store? And the gap is massively increasing, 0.7 of a second. And it continues increasing. Side by side with George Bark. Bark cannot do absolutely anything in that scenario to help out his teammate. Still side by side through 1 and 2. And looks like Caleb Desai this time will get by. George Bark gonna fight it, sticks it down the inside. Trying to fight it for his teammate. Caleb stays ahead. It's a full second gap between Desai and Gilbert. 4 seconds between Gilbert and Evans. And Hunter Winkler currently on pit road. Ten laps to go. A caution here would be very, very drastic. Here comes Caleb Desai going into oncoming traffic here. Kevin Page a lap down. Hendricks Bromberg is P2 with Davin Thornhill leading this race. Not only looking for the championship title, but also looking for win number 4 of the season. Desai side by side with Hendricks Bromberg, and he will get through here. Xavier Beauregard a lap down. And Caleb will just go through, putting even more traffic on Damon Gilbert. It's a 4-second gap between himself and Thornhill. But you best believe that he's gonna try and hunt him down here. Past Beauregard, Gilbert past Bromberg. He's just trying to absolutely push that 86 to its limits. He knows there's absolutely no other way unless a caution comes out. Davin Thornhill goes down pit road. Caleb Desai is your new race leader. And they catch that 30. No traffic whatsoever between them. And he has George Bark with him to try and help out as much as he can. 5 laps to go. It is all or nothing in these final laps. Oh, Xavier Beauregard goes for a spin. And a caution comes out. The caution will come out. And this just changed everything. Xavier Beauregard goes for a slide on the exit of turn 2. Cannot get the car straight, and a caution will come out with 5 to go. And this might be overtime. That is not what you wanted to see if you were Caleb Desai. This is absolutely perfect for Gilbert and Evans. And this just got interesting. George Bark and Damon Gilbert are going down pit road. George Bark and Damon Gilbert down pit road. Desai and Evans stay out. Oh my goodness. Here's the replay. So let's go a little bit further back. And I believe it will be a self-spin where we've seen people spin constantly here tonight. On the exit of turn 2. Actually, it looks like Beauregard will clip that apron there on the apex of the turn. And that's all it takes for the 5 to go spinning. Cannot get the car straight. Hits the wall. Caution comes out. And boy, did the pressure now go through the roof. This will be overtime. Here we go. Overtime shot number 1. You get 3 attempts at it. Who would have thought that this championship was gonna be decided in overtime? Caleb Desai at the front row. He chooses the outside. Zachary Evans side by side with him at the restart. Can he pull off a miracle here in Miami? Damon Gilbert is P5, and he went down pit road. He definitely has a fresher set of tires. But it all comes down to this. Will we see another caution? Will we see the white flag? Green flag waves. We're back on our way at Homestead, and it's an immediate wreck. Ricky Howell Jr., Hunter Winkler, George Bark, and Dustin Castile. Multi-car incident right at the restart. And a caution will immediately follow afterwards. After the green flag. I believe Tim Pugil also got a little bit of a piece of it. But that is already 1 use of overtime done. Do either Desai or Evans take this opportunity to go down pit road just like Gilbert did? Hunter Winkler will go down pit road. Desai stays out. Zachary Evans will also do the same. Here's the incident. So this is right at the restart. That whole outside checks up. And Ricky Howell Jr. is eager to get going and spins it behind Gilbert. Hits the left side of Bark. Bromberg there can't do anything about it. Hunter Winkler gets involved. He can't do anything about it. Dustin Castile, you saw Tim Pugil there in the 3, did get some contact there with Castile. And oh boy, there you see Pugil got double hit there by Howell. My goodness. You can feel the pressure already. We're gonna try it again. Second shot at overtime coming your way. Caleb Desai and Zachary Evans. Still the same positions at the front row with Desai on the high lane. Evans at the bottom. Damon Gilbert still P5. As for Hunter Winkler, still a laps down. His championship dreams will come to an end. And we were down to 3. Second shot at overtime and potentially the last. Here we go. And what could be the final restart. Green flag is back underway. Evans moves up top to block Durand. Desai just continuously running the high lane. Damon Gilbert wants to make quick way of this and get those positions rolling. Evans and Durand, side by side, 3 wide. We will see the white flag this time by. Final lap. Gilbert gets past Evans. Can he make it all the way to the front? To the backstretch for the final time. What a season it has been. But it could only come down to one. He will not get there in time. Caleb Desai is the Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion, and he wins it at Homestead. The win would not be denied tonight. And the dream can finally close the final chapter. Unbelievable.
Monster in my head, time to write my scripture. Tearing through my heart, need to paint a picture. Praying that my faith won't let me down. Cutting through my soul, there's a world wide open. Look up at the stars, trying to find my moment. Push it till I break.
And he is gonna absolutely burn it down. Unreal.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious. Fire in the flames, it's glorious. Even when the darkness comes.
What a final closing moments it was. Damon Gilbert gave it absolutely his all, but it just wasn't enough. It was too late. And just like that, 4th win of the season comes here at Homestead. And undoubtedly a great season. Caleb Desai is your Season 3 Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion.
I just wanna be victorious. Doesn't matter what my story is. Even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be
Here are the final results
in the flames, it's glorious. Even
here of Season 3. Caleb Desai with the win. P2 is going to be David Durand Jr. P3 is Damon Gilbert. P4, Zachary Evans. P5 is going to be Hendrix Bromberg, then it's going to be George Bark, Ricky Howell Jr., Mason Wilson, Dustin Castile, Kevin Page, followed by Davin Thornhill, Xavier Beauregard, Tim Puto, Presley Bromberg, Hunter Winkler. A disappointing end here in the championship race. It's going to be Juan Cox Jr., Cole Christopher, and Scotty Lanning. But oh my, what a season. Let's go into our post-race interviews. And my goodness, what a race this was. Let's getting on up. Unbelievable. Caleb, can you hear us?
Yes, sir.
Caleb Desai, you are the Season 3 Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion. You got it done here at Homestead. How does it feel to finally hold that trophy?
It feels great. A lot happened through the race. A lot of different things were in my mind, like what to do in these type of situations, but we got it done at the very end.
And I want to know what was going there through your mind as the final stages roll out. Obviously, the closing stages there, even before the overtime, those cautions were absolutely unexpected. And still under pressure, you saw Gilbert go down pit road. You know he was going to have fresher tires. You still get it done even under the pressure. What were you feeling in those moments there on those final laps?
I felt a lot of it was I had just enough tires to be able to compete up front because I pitted later than everybody else on that previous stint. And that's what really won me the race there.
And that will be alongside with the championship, of course, your 4th win of the season to wrap it up here at Homestead. What an unbelievable season it was for you. Caleb, is there any final shout-outs that you would like to give out?
I would like to shout out my spotter, Jordan. He was helping me throughout this entire race and being able to guide me through different parts of it. I really appreciate him and my team.
Alrighty. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Caleb Desai is the Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion. Go celebrate that championship win, my man.
I will. Thank you very much for having me.
David Duran Jr. Not up here, but let's go ahead and grab Damon Gilbert up here. Damon, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
Damon, it was so close. You gave it your all there at the end. Those cautions helped you out. Obviously, you went down pit road even before the overtime, but fortunately, it wasn't enough. Even if it was just a slightly more laps, you would have probably caught him. But how do you feel overall about that finish?
Yeah, it was a good win on Caleb's there. I don't know. I'm a little confused. The car didn't feel like how I practiced there a little bit, and I just gotta get better. I don't know. Like I'm like missing speed right in the center of the corner, and I just gotta learn what I'm doing wrong.
Alrighty, Damon, but obviously, like I said, it was very close. You and George Bark there were neck and neck, probably helping out each other, try and catch him before the caution for the first overtime came out. But for all that being said, even after the multiple cautions and all of that happened in those closing stages, do you think that there was any possible thing that you could have done to catch that number 30 and win this championship?
Not on outright speed there. He had me covered. Like the if it was like a super long run, maybe like one of those first runs, it seemed like after about like 25 laps, in stage 2, I think it was. I think I got a little bit better on the long run, but short run, no, he had me covered.
Alrighty, well, there it is. Still a strong podium finish there in P3 to wrap up Season 3 here. Is there any final shout-outs that you'd like to do?
Yeah, just shout out to George, you guys, everybody. And yeah, that's it.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much for coming on up here. It was great seeing your race, and wish you the best going to next season.
Yeah, thank you.
Alright, let's go ahead and try and grab actually all of the final 4 members. So let's go ahead and grab Zachary Evans here. Zach, can you hear us?
I got you.
Zach, it was a great run by you. Fortunately, championship will have to wait a little bit longer, but that is still P4 here. Great performance, especially there at the end where everyone was scrambling for positions there to try and win the title. But after that amazing finish, how do you feel overall about not just this season finale, but as for your season overall?
Well, like I said before, really didn't not like in a sense really didn't care where I finished, but I knew coming in here I was a long shot to win the championship. All 3 of these guys are way better than I am at mile and a half tracks and just this racing stuff in general. I mean, but all in all, I mean, I feel like I ran the same race I ran in the truck race. I just did that high line 1 and 2, bottom line 3 and 4. I mean, and it brought me home 4th, but I mean, 4th doesn't win you a championship, does it? But yeah, that was a great race so far, or by far. That was probably one of my better mile and a half performances. So unfortunately, we couldn't bring home the championship today.
But with all that being said, still you ran pretty well. How proud do you think Travis Daly and TDR as a whole has to be right now?
I mean, I feel like they're, they know I gave my best. I put it all out there. I put as much as I could in that race car tonight to try and bring home that championship on the final restart. Having a chance at it. But other than that, I feel like Travis and the guys are definitely proud with my performance tonight.
A remarkable season for you here in your rookie season of the Supporting Heroes Cup Series. Cannot wait to see what you have in store for next season. But that being said, I'll wrap up season 3. Is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
Yep, I'd like to thank our sponsors for this year. That's Caxonville, Braxton's Card Shop, Joyner Keeney, Wade's Grill, Brett and Hannah, 41 Graphics, Leftfoot TV. Shout out to our Travis Daly Racing team. We had an awesome season. I believe we finished 3rd in the standings for Cup, and we won our standings for trucks. We had Ricky Howell win the truck championship on Tuesday. So we got a couple new faces with Jaden Duran coming to the team for Cup season next year. Hopefully he can get that wheel figured out, and all 4 of us, between us, me, Ricky, Cole, Travis, Jaden, Dustin, Juan, all of us can go hunt a championship and team championship and a driver championship.
Alrighty. What a performance by you. What a performance by TDR as a whole here in this season. A P4 finish for you to wrap it up. Go celebrate that great performance, and best of luck going to next season.
Thank you, Dwayne.
Alrighty, and our last of the 4, let's go ahead and grab Hunter Winkler here. Hunter, can you hear us?
Yeah.
Hunter, fortunately, absolutely not the way that you wanted this to go. You will finish 2 laps down here at Homestead. What are your overall thoughts about the race and your season?
I mean, what do you think? I'm very happy with it. I think I did my best. Nah, but actually though, it's just stupid. I feel like the beginning I was really pacing myself behind Caleb and Damon. I could have gave more. I could have pushed out and probably led a bunch of laps at the beginning of the race, but I was kind of trying to save my stuff. And then leading to stage 2, I had saved my stuff, so I was trying to take it long, and I ran myself out of fuel so that I would have had an extra tire set at the end of the race for overtime, because I knew it was going to happen, which it did happen. But it's just frustrating either way when everyone else has 5 teammates to work with, and you should have some teammates to work with, and they just hang you out to dry and go drive by themselves, and you're left by yourself and alone in your call. You've got no one to gauge anything off of that you've worked with all year long, and you just get left out by yourself to dry, and that's just how it is. And I'm gonna carry that over, and I'll remember that. And to add on to that, under caution, I put myself in that hole. I was working to get myself out. You get slammed while you're under caution, 4 minutes of damage. I can't do anything. I can't get back to leaders. I can't unlap myself the hard way because I have 4 minutes of damage. And then obviously just goes green out all the way to the end. and nothing I can really do. And still, even then, in the last incident, I still get stuck up in it because that's just kind of the year I've had. The unluckiness just follows me, and it is what it is. But I'm grateful that I even got this far. Thanks to I'm not even thanks to my teammates at this point, because they left me out to dry like that. I'm not really happy with them, but here's what it is, and maybe I'll see where I go for next season.
Now, that's actually going to lead me to my next question. Obviously, not the performance or not the end that you would have wanted, but still a remarkable season for you. Tell me, what do you think is in store for you next season?
I don't know. I'm just really frustrated right now, so I don't want to say anything I don't mean, but I don't like the fact that I just got hung out to dry like that. It's really, really frustrating because I've worked with these guys all year, and then the last race of the year, it's just, I mean, I just, I don't know. It is what it is. It's all good. So move on to Daytona. Maybe I'll be by myself next year. Maybe I don't know at this point. So I'm just frustrated, but it is what it is.
Alrighty. Hunter, is there any final shout-outs that you would like to do?
I mean, yeah, I guess thanks to Hendricks for running the league and keeping it going the whole year, even without with some absences where he had to go by himself. Thanks to got a sponsor on the car this week, 500 Ocean, Florida Keys rental. If you want to check it out, watch the race replay and look up 500ocean.com. But other than that, no, I got nothing to say.
Alrighty, thank you for your time, Hunter, coming up here into the booth, and wishing you the absolute best luck next season.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, and that will be wraps here at Homestead. What a finale that was. And that will wrap up Season 3 here at the Supporting Heroes Cup Series. Caleb Desai is the Supporting Heroes Cup Series champion as he grabs his 4th win of the season here at Homestead. But that will do it, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in into what was an incredible season. And I cannot wait to see you guys and continue this moving forward into Season 4, which will be both Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. That being said, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you all next season. Peace out, guys, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Doesn't matter what my story is, even when the darkness shines, I'm not gonna lose this fight. I just wanna be victorious, fire in the flames, it's glorious.